So, you want to find ancient debris. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting in the work so you don't have to. Today we will answer the question, what's the best way to mine for ancient debris? What's the fastest way? What yields the most ancient debris in the least amount of time? That is the goal we're looking for today, figuring out how we can get these delicious Cinnabons as quickly as possible. A few things before we begin. We're going to be mining at level 15, which is the most common level to find ancient debris in the nether. And we're also going to be mining with max level tools and with a heck of a lot of firepower. And by heck of a lot, I mean an entire shulker box full of TNT. In every method we use TNT, and also we're going to be having a bunch of beds we're going to be using as well. So, without further ado, let's jump into the 5 techniques we are testing today to see which one will yield the ancient debris the quickest. So our first technique is very straightforward. It's simply mining in a straight line for as long as possible. So you can see here, we're just making a 1x2 hole. We are currently at level 15 in the nether. And this technique basically involves you going straight ahead until you find something substantial, such as a lava pocket, which you see right here. So I can't really easily cover that up. So instead of going through it, even though I have fire resistance and could, I instead turn and go a different direction. Here I'm also picking a cardinal direction. My cardinal direction is going to be, I believe, north, and then my secondary direction is going to be east. So I'm just going to continue to go east here now, straight ahead until I find something substantial, such as that gravel pocket. And now we're going back to the north. And you just continue this technique of mining in a straight line as long as possible. And the idea is you cover much more chunks this way, so you can find the ancient debris quicker. And here we have our first piece of ancient debris right there, so that will go toward the total. And you want to make sure and dig out around the ancient debris a little bit, because sometimes they can spawn in groups of up to 3. And so, doesn't look like there's one here, so yeah, that is no longer relevant. So let's go ahead and keep going in a straight line, and keep following this technique. Of course, you do want to cover up any small lava pockets that might get in your way. Don't let that stop you from going straight ahead in a straight line until you find your next impediment. So that is the technique. Let's continue to follow it now for a couple hours. 2 very quick things before I get to the results for mining in a straight line technique. Number 1, during this entire test and all the tests, we avoided basalt delta biomes like the plague. The reason is that without a beacon, you cannot instant mine basalt and blackstone, both of which are found in abundance in the basalt delta biome. So we did not at any point mine into basalt delta. If we found one through random mining, we turned around and went the opposite direction. Second thing is that the time I'm quoting here is only time that I spent actively mining using that technique in the nether. It doesn't account for travel time or obtaining materials such as, shulker boxes full of TNT, which can be somewhat significant. So I will address that at the end of the video. Anyways, with those out of the way, let's get on to the results. So here are the results for mining in a straight line. We spent 170 minutes mining in a straight line. We found 137 ancient debris, which gives us a rate of 0.805 debris per minute, or about 1 per 75 seconds. We also used 6 netherite pickaxes in total, to the point where they were almost totally destroyed. They were less than 50 durability left. And that gives us a rate of ancient debris per pickaxe of around 22.8 or so. So those are the stats for mining in a straight line. Let's take a look at the next technique. Next technique is strip mining. So this is pretty straightforward. All we do is just mine straight ahead like this, turn to the right, and then just basically blast out a 1 block tall area here. And as we move, we can sort of see if there's any netherite on the right side here. And then once we're done with this side, we'll go to the left side here and do the same thing over here, except obviously here is some lava, so we don't want that. But yeah, we'll just continue this on like so and see how much netherite we can find this way. And then once we have this done, like once we've completed this entire side, we're going to go through and essentially mine 10 blocks straight ahead this way or so, and then do the same thing here. So we'll just dig out an area like this and then do a a little bit of strip mining like so. So that's the technique. Let's go ahead and do it. Nether strip mining results time. So we ended up with a total of 101 minutes spent nether strip mining. Found 84 ancient debris, which gives us a rate of 0.83 debris per minute, or about 1 every 72 seconds or so. We also used 6 netherite pickaxes yet again, but this time we only found 14 ancient debris per pickaxe. So the rate of ancient debris per pickaxe decreased significantly compared to mining in a straight line, but I'll talk more about that close to the end of the video. Next method we have here is TNT strip mining. So I think many of you will probably be fairly familiar with this. This just involves digging out a 1x2 straight line like so for a number of blocks, and I guess this will also count toward this TNT mining operation, actually. Yeah, nothing around there it looks like, but yeah, once we get a sufficiently long tunnel like so, basically we just get out our TNT, which we have plenty of in here. Going to be exploding a whole shulker box worth of TNT. So we'll get out a few stacks here. There we go. And then we're just going to place these roughly like 2 to 3 blocks apart so that hopefully they can chain at least somewhat decently. And then we're going to be mining out whatever blocks of netherite we find from this TNT chain. So roughly like 2 or 3 blocks apart. I'm not really going to like sit there and count every single one, but yeah, try and get it to at least chain reasonably, if we can do so. So there we go. And then once we, of course, get close to where we started here, I think that's probably good, we will take our flint and steel, light it up. And there we go. So we get a little bit of a chain there. Not too bad. We'll check this. Looks like nothing is here. Yep, no netherite there. So we'll just come on over here, keep the chain going. And this is basically the entire method. So we'll see how much netherite we can get out of this. Definitely going to want to keep the fire resistance up in some spots. But looks like no netherite there. So yeah, that is the method. Let's do that now and see how it goes. TNT strip mining results. Let's do it. So we got a total of 149 minutes spent TNT strip mining. Found 176 ancient debris. That gives us a rate of 1.18 debris per minute, or about 1 every 50 seconds. So we're finding more than 1 per minute. And we used an entire shulker box of TNT, which equates to about 1 TNT exploding every 5 seconds on average. So we did get some good chains going here. So that is the TNT strip mining technique. Our next ancient debris technique uses explosive TNT yet again, but this time we up the ante a little bit. We want to make a little bit of a bigger bang. And to do that, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing TNT plus end crystal explosion. So the way we're doing this, basically we're coming to a nice spot here that seems to be, you know, kind of like relatively safe. We're just going to bust through like this, clear out a little bit of an area. And what we'll do is we'll place down a obsidian right here. And then around this, we're going to place down 18 TNT. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 TNT placed. Then we're going to place an ender crystal in the middle, like so. Be very careful not to hit it. Dig out the obsidian underneath so that the explosion also destroys stuff underneath the end crystal. Step back, and then let me just make sure I'm back far enough here. Let me, oh, don't want to box myself in. There we go. We're far enough back. Shoot it, and then we can move on in. And let's just quickly also get another fire resistance potion on us. And look at that. There's some netherite right over there. Or not netherite, but ancient debris. Which can be turned into netherite. So, yeah, with that, we are going to... Oh, yeah, I forgot I don't have the elytra on. I just have all my netherite stuff, just in case I accidentally set off an end crystal at some point here. So Ender Crystal and TNT technique results. We spent 192 minutes mining. That was basically the time it took to exhaust all of our TNT. We had 180 ancient debris found, which gives us a rate of 0.938 debris per minute, or about 64 per second. We, of course, used an entire shulker box full of TNT, plus about 90 or so ender crystals, which equates to a rate of 9 TNT per minute, or about 1 every 6.7 seconds. Alright guys, so the next method we're going to be using here is the bed mining method. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm basically going to dig out a little bit of a line here, and then once we have a little bit of a line created, I'm basically going to poke holes in the side of this as far as I can reach, place a bed down in there, then right click it, and yeah, that should then reveal a big explosive area like so after right clicking the bed. I'm not going to spend too much time getting rid of the fire. Maybe do a little bit like a reasonable amount of getting rid of the fire, but like most of these you can sort of tell if they're ancient debris or not. And then we'll just do the same thing over here. So yeah, dig as far as we can forward, place down a bed, right click it, and doesn't look like there's much in the way of ancient debris here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, and then we'll just keep going on like this. I do have a shulker box full of wool and also birch logs and things, that you can see, so we can make beds as we go, so we don't have to, you know, bring 50 shulker boxes worth of beds. So that should help us out, and I'll probably go, you know, probably about 20 blocks over. Actually this way. 20 blocks over this way, and yeah, this will be sort of like the method we use. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the bed mining method, see how far this gets us. So bed mining technique, let's get into the numbers. We spent 178 minutes bed mining, found 107 ancient debris, which gives us a rate of 0.6 debris per minute, or about 1 debris per 100 seconds, which is fairly slow. And you might think this is because maybe I was slow placing beds or something, but actually we placed and exploded one bed about every 26 or 27 seconds, roughly. So we actually were pretty quick with that, considering you have to, you know, mine out netherrack, and you have to occasionally mine the ancient debris, and you have to sometimes put out flames, and you have to deal with a lot of lava a lot of times because of the bed explosion. Anyway, let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the final results now, comparing every technique and which one is the best. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the final results from our experiments, and there are a couple of important takeaways from this that I want you to make sure that you know. So first of all, TNT strip mining is by far the best method of mining. It is significantly faster than all other methods, including the ender crystal method. That is takeaway number one. Takeaway number two, never mine ancient debris with beds. It is the absolute worst way to mine for ancient debris. In fact, of all the sessions I did, of which there were 11 sessions, 2 each one, and then I think ender crystal plus TNT had to have an additional one because I actually ran out of ender crystals. But of the 11 sessions I did, bed mining had both of the absolute worst results in terms of ancient debris per minute. So if you're mining with beds, stop it. Get some help. And use your pickaxe, because you're going to be getting significantly more ancient debris per minute. One final takeaway I want to note is that straight line mining is actually better than strip mining when it comes to using your pickaxe to mine ancient debris. So you should just mine in a straight line, and whenever you encounter an obstacle like gravel or lava, turn in a different direction. Now, the reason for this is kind of subtle. Both these had about the same amount of ancient debris retrieved per minute in this test. However, I want to point out that the debris per pickaxe, the amount of ancient debris you mine per pickaxe, is significantly higher in the straight line scenario. So you can see, over 6 pickaxes, we mined 84 ancient debris with the strip mining technique, but 137 over the same 6 pickaxes with the straight line technique. So what this means is, if you're strip mining, you're wasting a lot of your pick on just blasting through netherrack. Whereas if you go in a straight line, very little comparatively is wasted, and your picks will essentially last longer, so you'll be able to mine more ancient debris. Especially given, travel time to and from a place to repair it, like an ender or a guardian farm or something like that. So in practice, strip mining and straight line mining are about the same in terms of the relative rate, but in actuality, straight line mining is actually far superior to strip mining. Final results, TNT go boom, pickaxe go burr, beds blow your time away, and nothing else. Peace out.